The initial thought was to stab into the umbilicus of the navel so I could get the inferior vena cava or the abdominal aorta and bleed out with no time whatsoever.
This is 46-year-old Anthony Todd, describing how he mercilessly stabbed his 4-year-old daughter, Zoe, in late December 2019, before suffocating her until every last breath left her tiny body. But he didn't stop there. Lost in his madness, he took the lives of each family member one by one.
15 minutes, you held a pillow over your daughter's head?
Mm-hmm.
How long did she kick and scream?
Only for a couple of minutes.
And Alec, who was 13.
I stabbed him and he started kicking, was trying to get up. So I ended up putting a pillow in the back of his head so he wouldn't hit me with the back of his head and get the knife right in there.
He didn't even spare their innocent family dog.
We decided that we wanted the dog with us.
So you just suffocated the dog?
Yeah.
With the bodies lying still in their beds and bloodstains everywhere, the horror was undeniable. But beyond the gruesome violence, the true shock was the motive. Something so twisted and unthinkable, it defied all logic.
I said, I don't know if I can do that. And she looked at me and she goes, if you love me, you can do this. I want to be with my babies.
The community was left in shock as the horrifying truth came to light. Friends and family had always seen Anthony as a devoted husband and loving father, but everything changed in 2019. The family moved to Celebration, Florida that year, and then from that point on, the nightmare began. After discovering the crime scene on January 13th, 2020, the detectives, desperate for answers, wasted no time getting to the bottom of this harrowing case. The moment his medical evaluation was complete, Anthony was brought in for interrogation.
I don't know if it was something to do with some liver, kidneys, or something like that, enzymes or something.
Benadryl overdose.
Benadryl? Okay. How do you feel right now?
Regarding health-wise,
Yeah, I mean,
I feel very sad and very upset that I'm still here and
yeah. Is there somewhere else you'd rather be?
with my family on the other side.
On the other side?
Mhm.
Okay. And you do know your wife and children are deceased?
Yes, and that's where I want to be with them.
That's where you want to be? Okay.
Detectives imagined that Anthony would be going through emotional turmoil at this moment, but his unnatural calmness told a different story. So, to unravel the truth, detectives wasted no time in questioning him about that night.
How we led up to where we're at right now?
Okay.
Okay.
For a while, my wife had started. She began watching these videos, talking about the afterlife, talking about salvation, talking about how family is good. So
Slow down a little bit right now. I'm just having a hard time keeping up with you too.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. And speak up.
And in watching these videos and watching everything going on, she presented them to me, and I started watching them with kind of a uneasy, like whatever. And the more and more we watched, the more and more I gained an understanding that there is more than this life here,
Mhm.
a higher level of consciousness.
Mhm.
And then we started researching, and then we started finding more about the world is coming to the end, the apocalyptic end, and that our families are going to be separated and enslaved, and to avoid this, to all go together. Okay,
You mean die together?
die together. That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, so because my wife's been chronically ill for a while, this really appealed to her, and because it appealed to me also, because she wouldn't be in any pain, family wouldn't be separated.
Mhm.
There would be no more sorrow, no more heartbreaking, no more anything. It would be a salvation and everlasting life. Okay?
Mhm.
So we kept doing our research, reading up things, meditating, and decided that, yeah, this should be a thing. This should be what we should do.
It's shocking to see and hear a grown man use his own delusions as an excuse for wiping out his entire family, claiming it to be a path to salvation. What's even more harrowing is the fact that this person manipulated and roped his own children into accepting their fate and ending their lives.
we had sat down and talked with the boys and Zoe just on different things about, death and the way what would happen if mommy died, how would you feel, what happened when daddy died, what would you feel? And the consistent responses was that we don't want you to die, we want to die with you. Okay?
So when did you guys start talking to the children about this?
What month are we in?
We're in January now.
No, it was before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Just to get a general understanding what they wanted to do and whatnot. And they didn't want to live without us. Okay? We didn't point blank say we're going to die and, leave you behind. But what would you do if mommy and daddy died? And we don't want to live without you. We don't want to live without you.
Okay.
And in conversation with my wife, we didn't want to live without them either. We wanted to bring a whole family together and to make it transverse together. Okay? So we were coming up with different things of how we could do this. We didn't know how we could do this because we're not violent people. Okay? Not violent people at all.
It was unimaginable how a father could commit such a horrific act against his children. While the motive remained unclear, his statement exposed the disturbing level of control he had over his family. The kids didn't want to live without their parents, and under their father's manipulation, believed they had no choice but to die with their parents. And, after all this, he still insisted he wasn't a violent person. Safe to say, it was a claim as twisted as the crime itself.
What if we started reading different things? There's something came on TV about cough medicine. Okay? So could they have some cough medicine that'll put them to sleep, like overdose of cough medicine, just put them to sleep. And advice peaceful death.
Mhm.
Okay? So my wife made a pudding pie, Jello pie, froze it, nothing happened.
What was in the pie?
What was in the pie? Sleep, ease, different things with drama, hydro, the stuff that puts you to sleep.
You said you have a medical background, is that correct?
I have a medical but not a chemical background.
Not a chemical, okay.
Yeah, I'm a physical therapist.
Okay, so you don't have all the terminology and all?
No. I apologize.
Does your wife?
She's a physical therapist, no.
Okay.
We look it up and.
Where did you guys look this, I was just fixing to ask, where did you guys do the research at?
We went up and down the aisles of the Publix and asked the drug guy, I can't think of
Pharmacist?
Pharmacist, thank you. What's something good to put you to sleep, having trouble falling asleep?
When did you guys start doing this research?
That started research before Halloween. But I just intermittently trying to figure out what was going on,
Okay.
And we found out that the best drug to use was that it's the stuff in Benadryl. It's the safest way to put away. The safest way to put it. So it didn't work. So we kept thinking, talking, and just researching different things. And finally, we started researching. We said, we're just going to have to do some sort of exsanguination.
Anthony's mindset revealed a disturbing detachment from reality, justifying his actions as if they served a higher purpose. With his ability to manipulate and control, he easily managed to blur the lines between truth and deception. But with his wife, Megan, dead, the real question remained, who was the true culprit? There's no one left alive to challenge his version of the story. His chilling interrogation soon took an even darker turn.
That's how they used to do it way in the back when they used to do sacrificial things.
You take a plead to death?
Bleed to death.
Oh, bleed to death, sorry, okay.
Okay. And so we started researching where would be the easiest to stab, to do, whatnot, so the kids could bleed to death, maybe in combination with the sleep drug.
Okay.
Okay? And that's how everything led up to be.
Okay. So that's through research, you guys have found, now you're saying you and your wife did this together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did we get to Monday morning? What, take me back to the holidays, when do you think the children died, that type of stuff?
I'm still trying to remember when the children died. I can't put those pieces together.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
We wanted the kids to stick around for the Christmas holiday concert because we didn't want to disappoint that.
Did you guys celebrate Christmas Day?
No, the kids are there before Christmas.
Because family is saying that
That we were sick.
Well, that they spoke with Megan the day after Christmas. Was Megan alive the day after Christmas?
No, she died right the day after the boys did.
Right. I remember you saying that the other day. That's why. But I've made contact now with your family
Mhm.
and with Megan's family, and so Megan's family is 99% sure that looking back through cell phone records and stuff that they spoke with her, not text message. They spoke with her the day after Christmas,
No.
and she said the children were sick.
No.
Okay, so so you're adamant that they died before Christmas.
Yes.
Okay. The children, you said, died 24 hours or so a day prior to Megan?
Correct.
Okay.
From this confession, it was clear he wasn't telling the truth. Detectives had already received multiple calls from Anthony's sister, contradicting his claims. But as his manipulation unraveled, he began revealing more and more chilling details of that night, starting with how he took the life of his daughter, Zoe.
How did this go down?
Woke up at 11:30 at night. We set the alarm for 11:30 at night, and got up out of bed. And it was to Zoe first.
Okay.
Meg walked me to the room, then she walked back into her room.
Step by step. So you guys are sleeping in the master room, I'm assuming,
Yes, my boyfriend, I guess, and the dog.
and the puppy. Okay. Which boy was upstairs?
Zoe was upstairs in her room.
Okay.
Alec was upstairs in his room. Tyler was asleep downstairs in the library room.
And why again was he down there?
The two of them were sick, so we kept them apart.
Okay. All right. So, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So we walked to the door, Zoe's door. Meg and I hugged and kissed, and pretty much we know what we need to do. Come back at me when we're done. So I went in Zoe's room, and it took me 2 or 3 hours sitting there because it's a tough. But the everlasting salvation and the thought of that everlasting salvation was there, and I needed to save her soul when her to be with us. Megan kept coming in. What's going on? I'm like, it'll be done in a little bit. It'll be done in a little bit. It's getting past that. I'm not that guy, you know. The initial thought was to stab into the umbilicus above the navel, so I could get the inferior vena cava or the abdominal aorta and be bleed out with no time whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I know I tried. I don't know if I ever punctured it. I don't know if I did or not. I saw a little mark on her, but I don't know if I saw anything. But then she rolled and started squiggling, and I put my hand over her mouth and then put a pillow over top of her. So she went, and then she started to fade away. And I just held that until there was no motion left.
So you didn't lay on her?
I did lay on her when she lay on her belly. I'm sorry. I laid on her to keep her down, and I put the pillow on top.
Do you think you stabbed her or no?
I don't know. I didn't see anything.
Okay. So how long would you say it took you to take her life?
The whole motion,
Yeah.
like from the minute I was sitting in there, or from
Well, I'm saying once you initially take action, okay, did you have a knife with you?
yes,
Which knife did you have with you?
the small knife,
Which is what color?
green,
Okay, that's the green buck knife that you
the
talked
green
about?
buck knife. Yes.
Okay, all right. So you had that in her bed.
Mhm.
So how long from the time that you had the knife out to the suffocation until you think that she was deceased?
I want to say 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right around there. It seemed like that night took forever, so it's hard to really gauge on the time.
Okay. And you said you used a pillow over her head?
Yes.
Was she face up or face down?
She kept moving. I think she was on her back with her head towards the wall, so in that way.
So for 10 minutes to 15 minutes, you held a pillow over your daughter's head?
Mhm.
How long did she kick and scream?
Only for a couple of minutes.
A couple minutes?
Mm-hmm.
So like 2 minutes?
I had no timer, but yes.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
guesstimates looking back.
And I just held it there.
That's a long time.
Yes, it is.
Did the other children hear her?
No.
Did your wife hear her?
My wife kept going up. I felt her in the opening the door to see what was going on and shutting the door and walking back.
Okay.
Because you could see the light coming in.
So you think the sun was coming up, or was it just the light from the
There's light from the hallway.
a light bulb? Okay.
No one could ever imagine the terror that little girl felt when she realized the man meant to protect her was the one ending her life. But the nightmare didn't end there. As detectives struggled to process the unthinkable, Anthony Todd revealed what he did to his eldest son, Alec. And what made it even more horrifying was Megan's reaction.
We go into Alex's room.
Alex's room?
Yes. The one next to the bathroom, the one upstairs.
Well, upstairs.
Yeah. And beforehand, we had talked about the aspect of she's got to hold his feet down, and I'll do the stab.
How old's Alec?
13.
Okay, so he's the oldest.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so what happens?
We walk in. He's on his back. She's just sitting there holding his feet together. We're just in there, just eyeing each other, just gaining the confidence, I guess, And I go to, I stabbed him, and he started kicking, was trying to get up, and he kept rolling. So I ended up putting there was a pillow there, I ended up putting a pillow in the back of his head so he wouldn't hit me with the back of his head. And then I reached around with my hand and held his nose in his mouth. And he kept rolling and kicking and rolling and kicking, and then it eventually stopped.
Where was Megan at?
Megan left midway through there and went back to the room.
All right. How long would you say it took to kill Alec?
That one I have no idea. It went quickly, but I don't know.
And there was blood and everything in his bed?
On his bed, yes.
Where did you stab him?
In the stomach, the same spot that we identified as where you could get the inferior vena cava.
And what area did you call that?
Inferior vena cava,
No. You called it earlier.
abdomen.
I mean, it's an overall the abdomen, but I think you used another term earlier. It was the one that you specifically spoke about above the navel and
Umbilicus.
umbilicus.
Yeah, the umbilicus.
Is that something that you researched and learned, or you knew that from your profession?
Research and learn ahead of time.
Okay.
Especially on a website called Quora.com.
Getting back to taking the life of Alec, and is it Alek? Okay. Alec, who is 13.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that you were solely responsible for his life loss,
That's correct.
his murder.
That's correct.
Okay. Your wife at this point was where?
She had gone back to the room.
Okay.
By taking full responsibility for Alec's death, Anthony revealed a chilling mix of control, detachment, and self-serving guilt. But his reign of horror was far from over, and without hesitation, he moved on to his next victim, his son, Tyler Todd.
Okay, so Alec is gone. What happens after that?
I walk into the room, Meg and I console ourselves, and she turned to me, she goes, "We have to finish this, there's one more left, let's go." before the sunlight comes up. Okay, so she says, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna stand, because the way the downstairs is, the way the downstairs is, I don't know if you saw the house.
Mhm.
Once you got it, my Tyler is the strongest kid, and my Tyler is the quickest kid. And if he got out of the room by chance, you know, it wouldn't help the situation,
Why not?
because we wouldn't be able to catch him, hence we wouldn't be able to all go together,
Was there fear like maybe he would,
get away.
like outside of the home, like alert neighbors or something? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was almost like a quick, I don't want to say like attack, but it was a quicker movements with him.
Yes. But same thing. Megan stood outside the door, just in case, so the door couldn't open.
Mhm.
And I had gone in, and he was laying on his. He was laying parallel. He was laying on his left side, and I was able to get in and get the knife right in there. I got it. It started bleeding quite a bit, but then being strong, he kept moving. So then again, I put a pillow on top of my hand, and he went really, really, really quick.
So a lot of blood.
I didn't see much blood because I had him covered up, like how much blood came out. I could feel the blood coming out because it was all over my hand, but it was bloody.
And I'm sorry I didn't ask him.
It's-
With the boys, which knife did you use?
It was all the green knife for the kids, and
The buck.
they're both buck knives, but the green knife was for the kids, and the one Megan used to stab herself with.
She also used the great one.
Yes,
Okay.
because we established the fact that I had to get a bigger knife for myself because my body mass is bigger to get the same thing.
It was only through his chilling confession that the true barbaric nature of this man came into light. Yet his cruelty didn't end there. He had even turned his madness on the family's helpless dog, ensuring no life in that house was spared.
So Tyler is killed. Who's in the room when he's killed?
It's just me and Tyler. Megan is outside in the door.
What is she saying during any of this?
She's doing meditations.
Was she drinking or consuming anything that would maybe
Not at that point, no.
bring her down? Because it's just a lot for a parent to go through.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot for a human being to go through,
Mhm.
let alone a parent. Okay.
But we had salvation in mind. We had to grade it, and that's in
I
all
got you.
honesty. We love our kids, and it's sad.
I got you. I understand. Okay. So now all the children are gone. How long until the sun comes up?
I don't know. It might be about 5 o'clock in the morning. Around that time.
Was the sun coming up like part of a rule or anything like that? Because you mentioned it a couple times that Megan told you that you have to do this before the sun comes up. Is there a reasoning behind that?
I don't know why the reasoning was behind that, but it would have to be done before the sun came up. Yes.
Okay. So it's nothing during your research or investigations or anything like that that has.
Nothing per mine. I don't know what was on her side, research or whatnot.
Okay.
I was just told it needed to be done before the sun came up.
So they're all deceased. What do you guys do?
Go up to the bedroom. Just started talking. How do we want to? The kids are dead. What do we want to do now? What's going on? What's our next step? What are we gonna do?
You mean this wasn't planned?
It was planned, but it was like just the dog. Did she want to go first? Because there was some discussion of me going first and her staying last. Her going first. She wasn't sure which one she wanted to do. So we decided that the dog. We wanted the dog with us.
Mhm.
So she held the backside of the dog down, and I put the I call them Mexican blankets. They're like these blankets around, and then I was able to hold the knot in her snout and her nose closed, and she went peacefully. picked her up, put her in her bed, and then Meg was like, I wanna go next, I wanna be done, and then whatnot.
So you just suffocated the dog?
Yep.
So if there was any type of marks or anything like that on the dog, you wouldn't know anything about it?
What kind of marks were on the dog? I just suffocated the dog.
You didn't stab the dog?
I didn't stab the dog.
Was there a stab wound on the dog?
That's interesting because I didn't stab the dog.
Well, there was a stab wound on the dog.
Okay.
The dog was collected as well. So.
I don't
Okay.
know. I doubt.
I mean, it's neither here nor there. I'm just telling you
No.
that that's one of the discrepancies that I've noticed in the
No.
statements. Okay. All right. So you killed the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then you say you like put it in its bed or something like
Yeah,
that.
the
Where did
bed.
you place it in?
The bed, we wrapped it in the blanket, and whatnot, and put it underneath the bedside table, in her bed.
Her. Okay. What was her name?
Breezy.
Breezy. Okay. Did you I'm sorry. Where did you kill the dog at?
It was on the foot of the bed on Megan's side.
In the master room.
That's correct.
And that was the final resting spot was in the master bedroom, correct?
Correct.
All right. So the dog's dead.
Mhm.
Now what happens?
Meg wanted to go.
Okay.
So we had decided. I said, "What do you want me to get? Your wine? What do you want to help calm this down? So it won't hurt as much." We had some spray stuff, and so she could use that instead. So she wanted some wine and some it's purple Tylenol PM. And she started taking that a little bit. Gave her the knife. I laid next to her, and she put the knife into her stomach. Okay. And I said, "Did you get the spot?" It's right here. She said, "Yeah, I feel it." Okay. We're laying there for 45 minutes. It's supposed to take about 10 minutes, what everybody says,
If
if you hit the spot.
and what is in that spot? What are you talking about?
The
What
inferior
spot?
vena cava
Okay.
on the umbilicus. You're supposed to be able to bleed out. They say in 1 to 4 minutes, but under 10 minutes.
And what are you specifically targeting within that area?
The inferior vena cava.
Okay.
It's the big blood return.
Okay.
Okay. It's a large vessel, and you bleed out in your abdomen. It's quick.
All right.
Okay.
How much did she consume? Wine or the? I'm assuming is it grape flavored? You keep saying
Yeah, those-
purple.
Yeah, the first one was grape flavored.
What do you mean first one?
She had a glass of wine with the stuff.
Mm.
Okay. We were laying there for about 45 minutes after she stabbed herself. She says, "I feel nothing happening. Nothing happening." I said, "Okay, this is good. What do you want to do?" She said, "Do we have any Benadryl?" I said, "We have liquid Benadryl." She goes, "Let me have that. Let me try some of that. Maybe that'll put me to sleep or let me go sooner."
Mhm.
So she was drinking liquid Benadryl. And I was checking back on her, give her some peace. Walked around, came back, walked around, came back. And at one point I thought she had passed from doing the Benadryl. Nope, she was still there. And she had sat up.
What makes you think she passed?
She was very quiet. There was no motion. I couldn't see her abdomen going up and down. This is from afar without even me going up to see her. Okay.
Was her eyes open?
Eyes were closed.
She communicating with you?
When I came up, I was like, "Meg?" She was like, I'm here. I said, "Okay." So I said, "What do you want to do? You want to try more Benadryl? Do you want the knife back again? What do you want to do?" And she goes, "Let me try some more Benadryl. And then if not, we'll do a second stab." Okay. Gave her a bunch more Benadryl. Like I said, let that settle in for a while. Settle in.
When you say a bunch more, you got about approximate amount?
I really don't. I know she was. She went.
Chugging bottles?
Yeah, there was I don't know, there was a big bottle.
Okay.
Like a family size Benadryl thing.
She killed the whole bottle?
And in 2 different sippings, yes.
Oh, okay.
And that wasn't happening, so she decided to go through her liver. Okay. I pulled up the thing and the hepatic liver, we laid it out on where it was on her skin, according to landmarks. And I said, "It's right in this area." So, okay. And she, with 2 hands, pushed in. And you heard like a little click, as if it went through something. Okay, so I was like, okay, sounds like it went through the liver, that's good, okay. She pulled it out, she put the knife right next to her, and I just laid with her. And I laid there and held her, and we just waited. It seemed like hours went by and nothing else happening. I got up, I wanted to check on our boys and our little one and make sure everything was going okay in the house, everything was okay. Came back and she's sitting up at the edge of the bed. And she's cleaning the wound. I'm like,
What was she cleaning it with?
it was one of my t-shirts. She had, I think she had a towel at one point.
Okay.
But she was definitely, I can't, but she was up, she was washing it, rinsing it at one point. And she was like, this has gotta be done, this is even too long, this is ridiculous. I'm like, shall we go on, look at different other aspects to do this, how do you wanna do this? She goes, I want this ended now. I said, "Okay, what does that mean?" She goes, I want you to take the pillowcase, put a pillow, put it over my head. I said, I don't know if I can do that. And she looked at me, she goes, if you love me, you can do this. I wanna be with my babies. And so, yeah, and she just looked at me and she goes, you're strong enough, you can do it. Okay. So I said, why don't you take some more Benadryl, so at least you're not gonna fight me. And I'll do it. So she goes, whatever. She took some more Benadryl, and maybe about 15 minutes later, I came back in the room, I said, you still wanna do this? And she talked to me like that, very far out, yeah, get it done.
Forensic analysis revealed 700 billion DNA data points, with most belonging to Megan, while only 5.2 million were traced back to Anthony. Toxicology reports showed lethal levels of diphenhydramine in her system, a sedating antihistamine that depresses the central nervous system, causing extreme drowsiness, muscle weakness, and loss of coordination, leaving her completely powerless before the fatal stab wounds. There were no signs of a struggle, no chance to fight back. They called it a mutual pact, but only one walked away.
Go on, proceed, sir.
It's okay. So then it came to me, and Meg had asked that I wait a day or two to make sure everybody passed, make sure the house was all set and that kind of stuff, and come. So that's what I did. I started the Benadryl, I tried hanging myself.
The Benadryl you had to go buy more of,
Correct.
and that was where?
I went to CVS 24 Hours, I went to Publix, and I went to Walgreens.
There's one across by the Starbucks.
That's the CVS.
CVS, so you went there.
Mm-hmm.
The Publix is right there off of Blake, which is
Mhm.
right there in front of Celebration, and the other one is where? The Walgreens?
Walgreens, right next to Five Guys, and the little restaurant thing there.
Oh, the new area.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And this was the day after or so, or when did you start purchasing more Benadryl?
Not the day after, so yeah.
Did you purchase anything else besides Benadryl?
Alcohol,
What kind?
rum, and some more Coppola. It's our wine.
What's the one? Like red wine or something?
It's Merlot, yep.
Okay.
And I also thought that it might be easier. See, I'm not much about guns in the house, but I was reading on Quora that you could kill yourself with a pellet gun.
Pellet gun?
That's what I was reading. It hurt.
Where'd you shoot yourself?
In the liver and the heart. I have 2 wounds.
The liver and the heart.
The liver the first time. It bled quite a bit. Didn't do anything. But I woke up later on. And
We'll have you checked out, but we'll photograph it later. Is the mark still there?
I haven't looked at it.
Okay.
I'm assuming
Check it
it's
out.
been forever.
Okay.
That was the last one. I tried the razor blade to the radial artery, which I told you I hit, but I didn't do it well in the I didn't do it in the tub, so it dried up. Zip tie around the neck. The only thing that did was irritate my glottis. I couldn't get down the carotid artery because my neck is too big. So then I tried to substitute that in with the towels with pressure points to go in the carotid arteries. I tried to set up hanging over the edge of the beds. Was trying to figure out how to go through and fall in the knife in the right direction to get it upward up into my blow my xiphoid to get my diaphragm.
Even though Todd had laid out every detail, detectives weren't convinced. Still, having their suspicions, they decided to confront him with the evidence, which paid off, catching him completely off guard.
But you guys moved in when? May of 2019?
Yes.
Okay. So somebody had said they saw like a moving truck or something out nearby on the residence near the house recently.
Wasn't us.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
No, wasn't us.
So people have been calling in and people have been saying, "Oh yeah, it looked like they were moving out" or something like that. So
No.
okay. So you guys never had a moving truck. All right. You said you wanted the family to be together,
Mm-hmm.
right? So take me through how does this take place? How does, because when they were all killed, they were all in different positions inside the home.
Mhm.
Okay. So what happens?
First day I just laid in bed with Meg the first day after she died. Just laid in bed just with her. I want to say it's the second day after she died. I said, okay, time to get things moving, time to get everything going. And went in, made sure she was covered and everything was taken care of. She was on I remember her left leg had fallen off the bed, which was kind of weird. So I was able to move her left leg up and tuck her leg underneath, get her nice and comfortable. Moved Zoe in, put Zoe in. Before all this was done, we had the kids bring in all those little, I was telling you about those little altar things.
They're like favorite items or something
Yes.
like that. Okay.
So I had to fix those because I knocked those over after I put Zoe up.
Okay.
So I fixed all that. And then it was which one do I do first? Do I bring Tyler up or do I bring Alec up? And I thought just because of my strength, and I wasn't too strong at the time right there, that I should get Tyler upstairs.
Tyler he was the one that was
He was
downstairs.
the one downstairs.
And he's 11.
He's 11, yes.
Okay.
So I was able to get him up on my shoulders and carry him up a little bit by little bit.
Okay. And to back up a little bit, I want to speak about Zoe.
Yes,
So Zoe was in her bed.
correct.
Had you checked, because rigor mortis was brought in, you talked about it.
Yeah.
Did you check on her periodically to see when she'd come out?
I hadn't checked on her periodically. I just knew she was in rigor. Just because I went to position her. So in my mind, she had to stay warm.
Okay.
And her arms are outside, so I went to put her arms down to make her nice and comfortable. And I couldn't move her arms, and I was like, okay, she's still in rigor. So I brought the blanket above her just so that she'd be warm until I was able to reposition her.
And when you say reposition her, when you're doing all this, is this still while she's in her bed, or had you already moved her to your bed?
But she was still in her bed.
Still in her bed?
Yes.
Okay. So when she's movable
Yes.
and under the blankets and everything, at that point is when you moved her to be in bed with Megan?
Correct. I updid the fitted sheet.
Mhm.
I scrunched it together and carried her in my arms and laid her flat, made sure her head was comfortable on the pillow, and let her to sleep there. Then I had to pick up everything I knocked over.
Okay. And her head, because I understand that she was at the foot of the bed,
That's correct.
right? So she's laying like this, left to right, Meg's laying like this. Is her head towards Megan's side of the bed or your side of the bed?
The head is towards my side of the bed.
Okay.
Her feet are towards.
And you slept, if you're looking at the bed, on the left side of the bed, Megan slept on the right side of the bed?
Yes.
So her head's on your side, left side of the bed,
Mhm.
positioned feet towards Megan.
Correct.
All right, wrapped up in a blanket.
Correct.
Okay. So Tyler's next.
Mhm.
Tyler is downstairs.
Correct.
You said that you were able to get him eventually upstairs to the
Mhm.
room. So how do you do him? What happens?
I moved his mattress from his bedroom because he wasn't on his mattress.
Okay.
Moved his mattress from his bedroom and put it on the floor.
His bedroom upstairs?
Correct.
Okay.
And pick him up and just carry him up at a time.
His items or trinkets or whatever you called them were already in your bedroom?
Mhm.
And what specifically did he want to bring with him?
He wanted the scarf, the soccer scarf.
Soccer scarf?
Yep.
And what team was that from?
That was from the Team USA versus Canada game that we went to a couple weeks prior.
Team USA. Okay. Did you position that on his body?
No, I positioned it on the toy box itself.
On the toy box.
Mhm.
All right. You said something about your daughter's hands. What did you put in her hands?
A set of rosaries, I think.
Set of rosaries.
Mhm.
How about Tyler?
It was some kind of religious aspect, whether it be rosaries or some kind of something along that lines.
Now, did you guys already have these items
Those are mine from collection growing up.
growing up? All right. Did you grow up in a church?
I was a forced Catholic, yes.
Forced Catholic.
Yes.
Okay, understood. Okay, so Tyler gets a set of rosaries.
Mhm.
How is he positioned?
He is on his, when I put him on, he is on his, like, towards his stomach, with his head towards the side. I just can't remember which, his head was facing, I think, back to the back of the wall, back of the bone jar.
Okay. Is he on his face? Is he on his side? How is his
He's
face?
on his side, half of his face is like, it's more so like right here.
Okay. All right. And then that leaves.
Alec.
So take me through that.
That one was tough because I had to get the mattress out from underneath him because I couldn't drag him on the mattress. So I took the blanket, his comforter blanket, put it on the ground, and we moved him to the ground. Then moved the mattress into the room,
How did you move him to the ground? What do you mean?
picked him up, and put him on top of the comforter that was on his bed. I put the comforter on the ground so he wouldn't be laying on the rug. Put that on the ground, put him on the ground, brought the mattress into the room, made sure the mattress was set, and then put him on the.
Did you have to like drag him by the comforter, or did you pick him up, or how does this work?
I moved the sheet and I put the comforter on the bed, then I took the sheet, picked the sheet up with him and put it onto the blanket, the comforter. Moved the bare mattress into the room, then was able to pick him up and take him. I was adamant I did not want to drag him, he's my son, I did not want to drag him. So I picked him up the best I could, and little steps at a time I got him through.
So you carried him. Carried all the children.
Yeah.
Anthony Todd wasn't just a spontaneous killer. His actions were calculated. His decision of placing everybody in one room raised the question of whether this act was premeditated or not. Despite admitting to murder, he still showed his son respect in a twisted sense of morality. If he truly wanted to reunite with his family in the afterlife, why live with their bodies for weeks? Drowning in debt, facing eviction, and under federal investigation for fraud, Anthony Todd saw no way out. Many believe he planned a culling of himself and his family, but couldn't go through with it. Instead, he alone remained. Now, detectives wanted to know exactly what they walked into that Monday.
I don't remember that morning really, like how things matriculated. I just remember I pounded the door. And just hours before, I'd already fallen down those stairs once before. So
Why is that?
my legs gave out, probably because I was so OD'd on Benadryl or dehydrated. I was peeing brown. So it was probably just so dehydrated or so whatever.
Okay.
But I don't know exactly how I got, like I said, I remember hearing the door knock. It was this fast knock. I was like, okay, so I came downstairs. And for something was telling me somebody was coming, and I did not know what the whole deal was. The night before, I remember feeling like the house was being surveillanced. And I was seeing all these red and green dots and
Oh yeah, remember.
things. I don't know if it was, I don't know what the cause of it was. But I came downstairs and I opened the door and no one was there after the knocking because it took me for a while to get down there.
That was the night before?
No, that was that morning.
Oh, the morning.
Yeah. And after that, I don't have much of a recollection of, except a bunch of guys coming in. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't know why I was sitting out on the front porch.
Yeah, I guess you were seen out on the front porch and then they went and made contact with you inside or something.
And then I also, remember seeing Megan out there talking to you guys, which wasn't true.
No.
No, I know, but I'm just telling you what, it's like, so I don't, that's why I don't quite.
But now that it's been a couple days, you've probably got a better recollection of what transpired that morning.
I don't have too much of a recollection that morning, honestly.
Well, I mean, looking back, I mean, I can tell you now she's deceased.
No, I know.
So we know she wasn't talking.
Correct, yeah.
So do you remember when they come in the house,
Mm-hmm.
do you remember what you told them?
No.
Okay.
After gathering every detail, detectives needed to understand the children's psyche to piece together the full picture. They pressed Anthony on what his kids thought about his beliefs, and once again, his response revealed devastating and unsettling insights.
Were the children really that receptive to it? Were they that understanding of this pact from the beginning?
They could only understand to a certain point because they were children,
Correct.
okay?
But I'm saying 13 and 11. I mean, I have some.
They could only understand to a certain point with their children.
Okay.
We explained to them and wanted to get their feelings about the aspect of, if mommy and daddy die, if mommy and daddy take their own lives, get their feedback. And their constant response with different skews of the question was they want to be with us.
And the most recent miscarriage you spoke of, what was that?
That was in September.
September?
Yeah, right around September.
What happened?
We took some time to get away in June. Found out we were happy, Went to Nashville, went to all that kind of stuff because the kids got back, everything progressing. Wife started getting sick. There had been a couple times where I would fly in and literally take the next flight out to come back here because she was in such pain. Things progressing. We went to an ultrasound and it was that whole, maybe this, maybe that, It was
Where did you go to the ultrasound at?
Celebration ultrasound.
Like Celebration ultrasound or Celebration
In the hospital.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Did you guys go into like the ER or was it just a regular
No,
or scheduled?
It was a scheduled ultrasound because we started with the nurse midwives. We weren't sure we were going to do a home birth or not.
Okay.
And because Meg was over 40, they wanted to get us into an ultrasound just to make sure, confirm and everything. And couldn't hear anything, couldn't see anything.
How far along?
We want to say it was about 8 weeks, 6, 7, 8 weeks in that aspect.
6 to 8 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
We weren't sure, so they rescheduled another ultrasound to go back 2 weeks later. And then I flew back to Connecticut, and that was one of the ones where she literally called me, got a hold of me when I landed, and said, "You need to get back here because I'm having a miscarriage. I'm hemorrhaging."
Okay.
So I flew back, and she had a late miscarriage and everything.
Tell me about the miscarriage. Did you go to the hospital?
She went to her nurse midwife. Sorry,
Nurse midwife, where at?
I'm trying to remember. I cannot remember the name of it. I apologize. It's in Orlando.
Okay. But there should be some type of documentation.
It should be, yes.
And was there any type of medical procedures or anything like that at that point?
They would send her things like go get another repeat ultrasound or go get, or not repeat ultrasound, but repeat blood work to make sure her, whatever the hormone goes down.
How about if she would have kept the baby? Would you guys still have done this?
This was what's supposed to happen.
I'm just saying between me and you, because it seems like when you speak about the miscarriage and stuff, that seems like it's a trigger, like it's a
It's
stressor.
triggered depression.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you think, and we can speculate, I don't know, I mean, what's done is done. Do you think that if she was going to have, because you said you were joyous, you were happy,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that maybe that would have changed something if she were to keep the baby?
With the knowledge that we had, that this needed to be done then, it still would have happened.
Okay, your beliefs are your beliefs.
Beliefs are beliefs, yes.
Okay.
Anthony Todd's confession was just as chilling as the crime itself. Detectives saw no remorse on his face, as if he believed it was all meant to happen. In a final attempt to break through his cold exterior, they tried a different approach, hoping to provoke even the slightest trace of emotion.
They love you. They don't understand everything that took place. They are angry. They're hurt. but they're gonna hold on to the memories and everything that they've had. And they wanna remember the brother before all of this, okay? So they looked up to you and they admired and everything for you. Is there any messages or anything like that that you want me to relay to them? Because I will speak with them today.
Just tell them that I love them, but this was done, a decision our family made to do.
You're going to be judged by society on certain things that you've done and a lot of stuff, and whether you care or not, that's up to you. Even by your own family.
That's fine. They don't need to understand everything we do.
Correct.
Megan and I were on the same page. We knew what we needed to do. We did it.
Okay.
That sounds snarky. I'm sorry.
You're fine, dude. Listen, you're one of the most polite guys I've had in here. I can tell you that.
One thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
The other day you said that you don't tell everybody, family or friends, your beliefs and all that. Why is that?
Because we get judged.
You get judged how?
We get certain things like, for example, I'm trying not to. Well, maybe remember being recorded right this second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything we've said has been recorded.
No.
I just want you to know that.
Will the family hear this?
What family?
My family.
Yeah.
They'll hear this. Okay. Okay. So no names then. We were moving up, looking at houses, and granted, we have different tastes in houses, different tastes in decorations.
Mhm.
This says something. It's always a lot of must be nice, that kind of stuff, and always kind of belittled that way. So no matter what we believe in, people they just don't understand why we go organic, why we go gluten free, why we do this, why, and it's always judged. So we just stop telling everybody.
Okay.
I know we're talking food, and we're talking with our own beliefs, even the fact that we follow a very non-traditional Catholic religion, we're still judged. We're judged no matter what we do, So we don't tell people anything.
Well, that's your beliefs, and you can stick by them. And I'm,
Yeah,
like I said, I respect that.
Anthony wasn't just escaping the law. He was escaping judgment, hiding behind the image of a devoted father while drowning in fear of failure. Rather than seeking help, he withdrew, isolating himself from reality. But his escape wasn't just avoidance. It was something far more disturbing. Instead of facing his deception, he chose to erase it. To him, eliminating his family meant eliminating his shame. One last time, detectives made him repeat the sequence of events to ensure nothing was missed. His brothers later reflected on his actions, struggling to comprehend how the man they knew would commit such horrors. Now, the detectives wanted to hear that story again to confirm that everything remained unchanged.
Remind me which boy died first.
Alec, upstairs.
Alec upstairs. He is 13.
Correct.
Laying in bed.
Mm-hmm.
You have the green knife.
Correct.
Do you have to, in almost an attack fashion or whatever you want to call it? I mean, I'm not sure if he's awakened, as my children would be, they would say something or they would, see me. Did you have to close his mouth at that point to keep him from preventing?
Nope. The way he was positioned, the blankets were on top of him, the stomach was totally exposed. I don't remember if he was wearing a shirt or not, but his stomach was totally exposed. And for some reason, he had pillows blocked up on his chest,
Okay.
the way he was sleeping. So I put my hand on top of the pillows with my left hand, my right hand stabbed. Pulled it out, and then he jerked, and the knife went flying underneath the square headboard thing,
Square headboard thing.
their bookcase thing.
Okay.
He started swearing and kicking the wall and that kind of stuff, and that's when I was able to get
Was your left hand physically on his face?
my left hand at that time was on the pillows that were on his chest.
Okay. So was his face exposed? Could you see him?
If I looked up a little bit, yes.
Okay. So how many times does the knife thrust into him? Once.
Once.
And I can't remember which boy suffered greater injuries. Do you remember? As far as marked wounds. Stab
Both had one wound each.
Well, one was greater than the other because one was more exposed than the other.
Oh, okay.
So almost as if it was maybe a slicing fashion or something like
No,
that.
both of them were like this.
How were you holding the knife? Like downward?
Downward, yeah.
Okay. And so you went in like this?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't go in like this?
Not with Alec, it was like this, because I was laying like this side.
You were like this, you had his arm over the pillow and his
Yes,
stomach's here, his head's here, feet are over here.
yes,
Okay.
come right-handed.
Right-handed. Your wife was right-handed.
My was, yes.
Okay. And Tyler,
Mhm.
what happened there?
I lay next on top of him, and I came with him. I don't remember how I held the knife on that one, to be honest with you. I was able to get it in the stomach. I pulled it out, and in the midst of him kicking, the knife went behind the sofa, in between the sofa thing.
So you had to retrieve it in between each kill, right?
Mhm.
How were you holding it with?
I don't remember how I was holding Tyler, to be honest with you.
You said he was more of a fighter and that type of
He's
stuff.
stronger, yeah. He's more of a fighter.
So would that be more of a blindsided thing? I mean, were you quiet about it?
What's quiet about it for both of them?
Well, I mean, that's going to be some of the major discrepancies just between that. I mean, you're saying that was first before the killing or before the death, and the doctor's going to say something else. But other than that, you take full.
You take full responsibility once it's done.
Okay.
If I could commit suicide right now, I would.
Okay. Well, we're not going to let you do that.
I'm just,
I know. I've made that very clear to everyone that I've spoken with that you do not want to be here.
Throughout Anthony's confessions, there are hints of a deeper darkness, suggesting he may have endured severe trauma early in life. Detectives pressed further, determined to uncover what may have shaped the man behind this crime.
The beat of the different drummer and all that type of stuff. And was it
it's been transitional for a while.
you or Meg that was primarily?
I was more of a follower.
You were born a follower.
I was more of a follower.
Oh, more of a follower. So something else interesting. I mean, it's kind of I don't know if it's what led us up to your life and everything like that. Sometimes we're changed by tragic events as children. I understand you witnessed something, or you may have something tragic in your life involving your father,
My sperm donor, yes.
your sperm donor. Okay, there was like a shooting or something like that.
Yep, I break it in the middle of the night.
You slow down a little bit. What'd you say?
When we lived in Pennsylvania, my sperm donor had hired two of his high school kids to come in and kill my mother in the middle of the night. I had thought it was him coming home late, because he had one or another girlfriend going on. As I turned the corner, I saw my mom getting shot. She still lives with a bullet in her head, false eye.
And you said it was the person who shot her was your biological father?
It was my sperm donor's kids. My biological father's special ed's kids. Taught special ed. He taught.
So someone he had hired to kill your mother?
Yep.
Where's he at now?
He got out of jail for 5 years. He's in Massachusetts now. Leave me alone.
He still reaches out to you?
And harasses us, yes.
In a what?
And harasses us, yes.
Harasses you? Did any of that lead you down the path that you've chosen in life? No?
Other than the fact I want to become a physical therapist because that's what helped my mother.
Really?
Yeah.
And your mother's still alive?
Yep.
You said you're obviously close with her. Yeah. Is there any message you want me to relay to her right now?
Just tell her I love her.
Anthony's claims of past violence hints at deep-rooted trauma, a possible key to understanding his psyche. While abuse can blur the line between victim and perpetrator, in his case, it is just an excuse. We can see where he came from, but it still doesn't justify what he did. This wasn't the result of a damaged past. It was a deliberate, calculated choice to destroy everything rather than face his failures.
You're not with your family right now. So you are going to be charged with their murders. You understand that? That's fine? Okay. So, I mean, it's a formality that we have to take part in, okay? I know you may see things differently.
No, I understand this.
Okay.
This
I mean,
law-
you were a law-abiding citizen up until this point, correct? I mean, from what I've heard, you've never, I mean, other than the little investigation that you had going on last year with the feds up there in wherever, Connecticut, you didn't have a violent.
No, this was a decision to pass.
Okay.
After his heinous confessions, detectives thought they had finally unraveled the brutal tragedy inside the Todd household. But just when they believed they had solved the case, a new revelation sent the investigation spiraling in a completely different direction.
I want you to know a couple of things. And I absolutely loved, honored, and obeyed Megan through everything. Because when things will come out, you should talk about it right now. Realize that, okay? The night everything happened, okay, I'm going to tell you this. I went over because Zoe wanted her Mickey silver necklace for a reason, but you'll find out later. I ended up falling asleep. Let's just leave it at that, okay? I fell asleep I was supposed to wake up at 11:30, and didn't wake up the next morning. I have no idea what I told investigators because I was completely stoned. I was asleep.
According to Anthony, he wasn't even there the night his family was murdered. He claimed he returned the next day only to discover the worst. But when investigators pushed him, his story took yet another turn. In a desperate attempt to escape the weight of his crimes, Anthony Todd changed his story entirely one final time. This time, he placed the blame on his wife, Megan, claiming she was the one who killed their children in a twisted murder disguised as a death pact. The forensic evidence was striking, aligning with this new narrative, with the knife having more of Megan's fingerprints than his. But the contradictions in his statements and his disturbing lack of remorse all pointed to one undeniable fact. Anthony Todd was guilty.
You told detectives that you went into Zoe's room and you rolled over on top of your daughter until she suffocated. And your testimony here today is that Megan did it.
Megan killed Zoe.
And you told the detectives multiple times that after Zoe, you went to Alex's room.
My testimony today is the fact that Megan killed her kids and killed herself.
Okay.
I've only...
So everything that you told the detectives is not true.
Number one.
Yes or no?
Ma'am, video, that's what I said. I don't remember anything after I left the house till I got to jail. So I'm refuting, I'm going on your premise that video is correct.
Okay. Well, that is you in the video, right?
It's a sickly version of me, yes.
And that's you talking, right?
That is me talking, that's correct. Thank God I
So,
didn't tell you I assassinated
There's no
Kennedy.
question.
His confession told a different story. No remorse, no grief, just chilling detachment. In court, he claimed insanity and blamed his medication, but detectives had already torn that defense apart. His contradictions and the overwhelming evidence of premeditation left no room for doubt.
You've been in the hospital the last couple of days, correct?
I don't know how long I've been in the
Okay,
hospital.
the last couple of days.
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah, Monday,
Monday, you guys.
so Wednesday. You're not on any kind of medication. You didn't get any type of.
They gave me something.
Well, you're not under the influence of anything right now. You didn't take anything while you're in the hospital that would alter your mind
Oh,
or
no.
your thought process or.
They gave me something.
Other than not knowing the day of the week, you know where you're at, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You're at the Osceola County Sheriff's Office and everything like that. And,
Well, I know.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
just, you know.
all right.
Okay.
I just wanted to go back and say, oh, I didn't know what the hell I was saying. I'm of sound mind, and
No,
that
it's
is.
sound mind. I'm
Okay.
here. I did it.
Yeah.
It is over with.
During his trial in April 2022, the defense called just one witness, Anthony Todd himself. His testimony was bizarre, emotionless, and filled with loose ends. The carefully planned nature of the crime, the controlled cover-up, and the days he spent inside the crime scene all pointed to one truth. This was not a moment of madness. This was a cold, calculated murder. After countless attempts to plead his innocence, Anthony found himself trapped in his contradictions. The jury saw through his shifting stories, but one question loomed over the entire trial. If it is assumed that he was truly innocent, why did he stay in that house for days, living among the bodies of his wife and children? And if he had researched ways to take his own life, why had he failed so spectacularly? The answers weren't in his words, but in his desperation. The evidence painted a chilling reality. Anthony Todd had built a delusional world to justify the unthinkable, his mind twisting every detail to fit his false narrative.
The defendant will please rise. Madam Clerk, if you would please publish the verdict.
Verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. Verdict as to count 2, count 3, count 4, guilty. Verdict as to count 5. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of cruelty to animals.
In April 2022, Anthony Todd was convicted on all counts and found guilty of first-degree murder for the deaths of his wife, 3 children, and the family dog. The jury rejected his defense, determining the murders were premeditated. In May 2022, he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, sealing his fate for the brutal crimes he committed. Anthony Todd's case is one of those disturbing stories that leaves more questions than answers. Was he truly driven by apocalyptic beliefs, or was it just another excuse to escape responsibility? His actions seemed fueled by control, desperation, and narcissism rather than any real doomsday ideology. Whether driven by delusion or cold calculation, one thing is clear. He chose to destroy his own family rather than face the truth. What do you think? Was this a case of psychological unraveling or a calculated escape from failure? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into true crime cases.